my goal is to be like in a state of deep joy,
Mm-hmm.
of inner peace. So
Mm-hmm.
it's logical for me to interpret like every happening in the way that it make me grow,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know. So that will bring me smiles, and that will bring me love and joy. So
Yeah,
creative, you can,
of course, of course. Yes. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm like, this is, I don't want you to have the wrong impression of me. Like, I'm very happy um, with my overall life. I can look back and see all of my, um, achievements and, the things that I said that I wanted to do that I did do. And, I'm happy with all of this. And it's just that I have more that I want to do, and this requires taking a really honest look at myself and how I've done things in the past and how certain things need to change. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't, like, it doesn't, again, it doesn't mean that I have to feel bad about anything. I definitely don't feel bad. It's literally, you know, you have to change some habits. Like, I have to, like, maybe actually have a schedule and stop just waking up, going to sleep when I feel like it, wake up when I feel like it, which is what a good portion of my life has been.
Yeah.
And and say, okay, now I need to start going to bed at this time so that I can wake up at this time and then do this, make
Mm.
sure I achieve these three things today. You know what I mean? Like, so it's those kinds of changes. It's, I I mean, I do think there's many ways, there are many approaches, but I think when you look at a lot of the most productive and successful people, they have a common, a fairly common approach,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times it involves not getting a lot of sleep and, giving up on, maybe not having, um, certain, freedoms that other people have. Because, like, I guess one way you could look at it is you could get to a certain level, and then, um, you have your freedom, and you allow yourself to have these freedoms, uh, all at the same time, in little bits during your day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas someone else might take the approach to say, okay, I'm going to work extremely hard for 15 years so that for the next 30 years after that, I can just do what I want.
Yeah, but who knows when you're gonna be in the next 30 years?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, but I mean, who's to say, maybe for someone that's the gamble that they take. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They're saying, I'm going to assume I'm going to live all this time, and then I'll have the payoff at the end.
Yeah, I understand you when you said like I'm playing also with that notion of enjoying the freedom of, you know, go to bed when I feel to,
Mm-hmm.
or like set up like a schedule more precise.
Mm-hmm.
And in when you experiment the schedule, you feel like that you can do so much many things,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just still a question of organization.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm learning to do that
Mm-hmm.
now. It's I'm like learning to do that while listening to my body needed rest, and I'm like, okay, just don't be
Mm-hmm.
too hard to yourself, but do things. And but you know, if you have these ideas of goals in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
that mean you have to achieve them,
Mm-hmm.
because there's no reason you will think about it if you're not meant to do it.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of, would you want to be like to make them happening,
Mm-hmm.
or to wait? Like it's it's
Yeah.
it's
Cause,
easy
cause,
to get distracted,
yeah.
and when we like life like that, there's so many nice things happening all the time that
Mm-hmm.
we can go. But when you just, okay, no, I focus, it's
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Cause this is the thing. Is who knows, you
Mm.
know, either you could do the 15 years and work towards the having the next 30 years off, and yeah, you gamble and say, uh, maybe I could end up working this 15 years and then I die before I have a chance to really enjoy my success. But you could also say, I really want to achieve something and leave something behind that I've created. I want to create something.
Hmm.
And you could not do that. And then who knows if you'll ever find the time to actually achieve the goal that you set out. So either way, it's still a risk. Like it's
Yeah.
always a gamble.
Yeah, so the thing is, in which situation do you feel the more, like you feel the more in peace with it? Like, do you feel you're doing the right way, working hard, or do you feel the right way, working like half hard?
Well, I mean, I feel like I've worked half hard long enough.
Mm.
I think I a very long time I worked half hard, and now I want to, you know, really,
Dedicate yourself,
yeah,
because it's also a matter of words,
hmm
hard, what that's mean, hard, like work, 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 like no, just accomplish, like deliver, like just do, express,
yeah,
when you use the right words for it
yeah,
also.
okay,
It's, if you, also you do what you like
yeah,
you're living from your art right now,
hmm
that's beautiful.
hmm
That's very nice. So you
yeah.
have to honor that.
Oh, I believe me, I do. I'm not taking. I'm not. I'm definitely not taking my life for granted. But what I'm saying is, right. For instance, what I do now is fine for me. But if I have three things go wrong, it could easily destroy me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it could totally mess things up for me. And my life is good as it is, but let's say I meet someone and I want to have a child.
Mhm.
What I'm doing now, I can't. It's fine for me, but not for a family. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So this is what I mean. Like I have to really move to another level in order to make those things more, so that I can, if one of those things happen, like if I had a child, so that I could raise my child with the level of comfort and
Mhm.
possibilities that I would like for my child to have.
Yeah. So
So
you
that's
want to create the space for the opportunities to be ready to come.
yes, yes, that's what I mean.
Mm.
Or what if I might meet a girl and she's super expensive. I have to buy her,
That's
you know,
wrong reason.
yeah, like what, she's gonna be like, hey, I need diamonds on every finger, like if I have to give this to my girl, like I can't do it like this. No, yeah,
Well, so you already know your reasons.
yeah,
on.
very um, important reasons that are. Hold on one second. Very important reasons that are like very noble and just the right thing to do. Like if I want to put diamonds on my girlfriend's finger, yeah, yeah no, um, yeah. So that's all I'm saying. But yeah, I think you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, of course. No,
Yeah.
no, I do. I do.
Okay.
No, it's nice. It's nice to see how other artists in other part of the world they have the same preoccupation.
Yes. 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 Well, I think it's we often don't really. A lot of times when we're artists and we get around other artists, we have a tendency to talk about art,
Mm-hmm.
but not like how we can find our passions um, or find the way to hustle. You know what I mean? Like this is what I mean about like the hustling thing. For a lot of artists that I've met, they they don't ever believe, and I'm not saying that making money from your art is the important part of it, but no, I've met like plenty of artists who never even thought about trying to make it so that they could live from their art. Like they've already said that they will just they will just be struggling and that they'll have to have some other job because they just don't take the approach of hustling to say, hey, my art needs I need to um, really work on my projects and get every all the other parts formalized around it so that I can find a way to sell what I do so that you know what I mean, like
Mm.
and,
Well, that's natural selection, you know?
yeah
You know what I mean? That's it. There's like we're so many people in this planet.
mm-hmm,
We are here also to help us to learn
mm-hmm,
while exchanging.
mm-hmm,
But now I'm more and more aware of that, like the real responsibility to I have here is to be me at the fullest.
mm,
Like is at school when we write text from our pieces, it's all the time like, oh, what do we want to share? It's like we want to convince other people.
mm.
I'm not in that part of the game anymore. I don't want to convince. I just want to show.
Okay, okay,
Now I wanna like uh, how you say, like, be a witness,
mm,
and express it. Like
mm,
I witnessed that, I live that,
mm,
and how that's what I reflect
mm,
from it,
mm,
and that's what I share.
mm,
And I want to share like light, like as a privileged person.
mm,
That's my way to respond to the dark side of what's happening right now in the world.
mm.
To reflect the more I can, the light I receive.
Okay.
So I'm working on that. I'm exploring that. Like, okay, how can I share? How can I share that light?